Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Whoa, talk about a little technical difficulties. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast. I'm your host, D Nice, and tonight I'm with my man Trax, and we're going to get you guys ready for Bears and Saints this Sunday. I hope everybody doing all right tonight. Give you guys a chance to get on in here and chill with us, because I got some other things to share as well. I guess Trax say he gonna do something else, but I guess he'll be back. I'm just joking, but yeah. Um, Before we get started. I want to thank everyone for coming out to the watch party that we had last Monday night at the Wind Creek Casino Hotel. Much love to the Wind Creek Casino Hotel and shout out to them. Listen, they are very gracious hosts. You know, I had a wonderful time. I was able to enjoy, the amenities and also enjoy the football game and enjoy the people that came out. Appreciate everyone for coming out. It's very dope time. For you guys, if you have a chance to get on out there, I encourage that you do. For the people in the area, or if you're coming in town, you have an opportunity to get on out there and check that out. The Wind Creek Casino and Hotel. Wonderful place, wonderful venue, wonderful rooms as well. I'm gonna bring my man T Fields up in here. What up? What up?
Was good?
What's
Sorry
going
about the
on, brother?
delay.
Yeah,
I'm on to Atlanta.
oh, you on the road to Atlanta? Yeah, I
Yeah,
apologize for the delay as well, brother.
you good?
Yo, what's up?
Tracks, what's happening?
I can't call it. Hey man, when the when all of the media wants to hit at the same time, man, there ain't nothing you can do about it. When they shut you down, ain't nothing you can do about it, man. You know?
Nothing at all.
Nope. The freaking it's got a mind of its own. I don't even know when it decides to listen, if I could not go to work like this thing and make up an excuse and everybody just say deal with it, and still get paid. They're still getting paid over there.
Yeah,
So,
it's all good. We up in here now.
yep.
Um, People coming into the chat. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Alex.
Alex is the winner of the 11,000 subscribers. We're at 11,000, almost 11,500. He made it at the 11,000 mark, and he got that fresh autographed Jalen Johnson jersey that'll be shipped to his house. He gave me his address, and then yesterday you guys announced the winner of the Swift, DeAndre Swift, because he had a monstrous, amazing game, man. Holy cow!
Oh yeah, yes he did.
No
He
doubt.
he finds he finds a way to carve up DC every chance he get. He had a good game last season.
Yep.
Shout out to Alex though, Alex Vaisberg. Shout out to you for winning that jersey.
Congrats.
Hopefully we have plenty more opportunities to give out plenty more. But 1,100 is yours, sir. Congratulations once again.
Yeah, man,
So,
and we got some fresh merch too. Make sure you guys go to our SB our Etsy link that we've got floating around all over our social media. New shirts just came out. We got that Cubby blue. We got that royal. We got
yes.
the Bulls. We got the Bulls red. Um, I think we're also working on a black and white for the socks. So we will have every color up and running for Chicago Sports Podcast. We also have the Ben Johnson good, better, best with him just screaming at the top of his lungs on the shirt. They were going like cakes up at the casino, weren't they?
Yes, indeed. My personal favorite.
Yeah. Yep. It looked good on you, buddy. And I
Yeah.
personally released our massive. We had a large reel of pictures that we took with all of the fans and customers and everybody that was there for the
Yeah,
game, and it was bananas, man. I couldn't even get. Listen, I capped it at 40. I had so many more pictures. I'm like, it'll only let me put so many in for this reel.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, shout out to Paris Hall, man. We see you, homie. We locked in, baby. We locked in. Listen, we are so locked in. But listen. I got some things that worry me about this game, and it has nothing to do with the opponent. I think the only enemy this weekend is us. Coming off this emotional game versus the Commanders, usually you see teams come off emotional games. The next game they go into, they kind of struggle. Or they have a slow start.
Are
You
you
know,
are you trying to tell me that Dennis Allen is not going to prepare his defense against his former team that did him dirty, and
I didn't.
Ben Johnson does not know how to win after a big win? He's not going to prepare his team. Is that what you're telling our Bears faithful tonight, D
That's
Nice?
that's not what I'm telling you, but I'm just
Okay,
letting you. I'm just letting you know what happens.
right.
You
I
know what I'm
hear you.
saying?
I hear you. I'm just. Hey, I'm
Appreciate you,
just.
Doug. Appreciate you, Doug, on the backdrop, love. Appreciate you. But yeah, listen, it happens, and it happens at every level of football. Middle school, high school, college, even pros. I've seen this happen. Teams come off these emotional wins, and they come off into the following week, and they get caught slipping. You know, now we all feel like the coach has changed around here, and trust me, guys, this is not just a Chicago Bears thing. I'm trying to bring to y'all. This is just a human thing that happens at every level of sport, and it's not just a football thing either, but it's just a real thing. So that's one thing that concerns me, especially with us being under this new regime. I have a ton of respect for what we got going on, and I pray that we continue to make all the haters upset and continue to climb. And we have an opportunity this weekend, believe it or not, fellas. We have an opportunity this weekend to be in first place in this division.
Well, I
Believe it or
tell you
not.
what, I am concerned about one thing, Fields and Mr. D
Mm.
Nice. I'm concerned that we are the only team in the NFL right now that scored 21 points or more through every game that we've played this season. That concerns me. I'm a little worried.
Yeah, I mean, we want a game where we can, you know, show a bunch of style point, get a bunch of style points. But at the end of the day, as long as we grinding out these W's, man, it's pretty much all we can ask for until we get it together all the way. Until we
That's
can put,
that's that's the Ben Johnson factor right there. That's what you're getting, Darius. So
yeah.
for that 21 points or more, that's what he does, man. And that's who we've got in the building. And that's what the Saints have to go up against. And him going back to New Orleans, where they could have retained him, and rightfully so. He's worth it compared to what they're seeing right now. I mean, that's a you know what show over there. And hey, listen, let's not forget about the Spencer Rattler getting a little rattled and a little butt hurt when he took over that Texas game and never looked back and put Spencer's prestigious butt on that bench over there in Oklahoma. I mean,
Yeah.
there's several levels of, hey, I want to play, and I'm not even thinking about our last win. Let's think about this win, because this one, hey, if Dennis Allen doesn't get his defense to show up, where they're what, second in most takeaways in the NFL right now? Are they the
hmm
second? I mean,
They
there's a lot
work.
of good
I,
things going on right
yeah.
now, and everybody that's poo pooing my guy Jervon Dexter. I think he heard you. I think he listens to our podcast because he had 1.5 sacks, baby.
Mhm. Very good
So,
game by Javon Dexter.
so
Really,
I'm. Hey, how did your boy Spidey go do?
well, he got
Where-
beat for that touchdown. That's for sure.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
But
But
did
I
you
mean,
see what
got
he
I
was
beat for
looking
that
at?
touchdown.
Did you see what he was looking at though? That's what I saw, like film of it, and
Yeah.
that was a great play call because who I've never seen an offensive tackle run to the sidelines the way you do. It looked like it was a screen pass, and everybody just
hmm
bit. So I
Well,
applaud the
I
play
wasn't
call
even.
and all that.
You know, T Fields, I wasn't even talking about that one, but that's the second thing he
Oh,
got. That's the
oh
second
yeah.
touchdown pass he got beat for.
Oh, my bad. Okay, carry on.
I mean, but nah, you have hey, listen, you put hammer on nail with that one, because it fooled everybody, but we gotta be more sound than that, man. Like I said, like
Mm-hmm.
remember last week, T Fields,
Mm-hmm.
I asked these guys not to come out here trying to do more than their job.
Yeah,
And on that play in particular, that was a perfect example of what I'm saying. Anytime you see a big play like that in games, somebody's trying to do more than what they're supposed to do.
yeah.
Because
And
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, who was the guy that came from behind? But I didn't catch that though, because there was somebody that was behind Gordon. I'm assuming it was a safety, and he ran towards the line of scrimmage as well.
I want to say that was that McLeod?
It could have been. I mean, I'm not sure, but that was like, hey, stay in your lane, play your position. And stop trying to make a play on every play. And, let the play sometimes come to you. And
Yeah,
he bit hard.
Well,
yeah.
let's
It
keep it
looked
a buck. How long has Kyler Gordon played? Hey, and shout out to Kyler Gordon. He is his mother watches our show, and we were talking to our DJ. You saw him and met him up at the casino,
Trey Tune.
Montre Tunes, and he actually made a specialized design, and I sent it to Miss Gordon, and I
Okay.
asked it if she would, because she watches our show every time it's on,
Nice.
and I said, "Do you like this? Do you like this? Oh yeah, I like it. Can you see if Kyla likes it? Okay. Can you send two? So man, I tell you what, I'm excited for Trey Tunes. He has sold and created and crafted over 1,000 shirts, anywhere from shirts for family reunions.
Mm-hmm.
And one was about 20, and I said, dude, how does somebody get 20 people at a family reunion? I don't think that's possible for my family, but shout out to him, man. And now he could put another feather in his hat by putting this shirt together for Kyler Gordon and his mom. Isn't that cool, man?
Yeah, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. I wish I had that skill. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
So he's actually in like this like metallic, or I'll show you guys because there's a special description for it, and I'm not doing it any justice. It's like a Iron Man type meets Spider-Man suit, and his hair is going all, he does his hair all different kinds of different ways, but
Yeah.
he found this one very stylish and whatever. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we got a third T-shirt out of this, because Kyler Gordon, his longtime grade school friend from his neighborhood, actually rooms with him, and he put him on to do his videography and pictures. And now the guy actually works for the Bears also. So shout out
Nice.
to us. Isn't that cool, dude?
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
kind of
Nice.
like
Very much so.
that's kind of like us with our what do you call it, our community. We put each other on, we take care of each other, and we
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same type of, and those are the type of people that I really enjoy connecting with, man. So anyways, all right, so yeah, so if you guys have any other ideas, I don't want to keep Montre too busy, but throw him some ideas. Get the printer out, Montre, get the printer out. So we've oh, by the way, we've sold three t-shirts already so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
beautiful.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, t-shirts are dope, man.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
great idea. Shout out to Trey Tunes, man.
Yep. Hey, and shout out to Dean Ice, man. I know he's playing it off, but he came up clutch, man. I had him come around for a little bit on my birthday bears, and I had him sit down right there, right, right in the fire, man. I mean, first time out to a live show, and I'm like, hey, come on. And he come right up, sat down, and put on the headset right next to prestigious Jim Miller, and they they chopped it up, and dude, I mean, he looked like a natural up there. It wasn't just hanging out in the studio at his house anymore. There there was well over 200 people there. They said the
Yeah.
second largest crowd, the largest fight where they had 75, and we were
Oh wow,
into
that
that,
is
but over
crazy.
200. So,
Yeah,
go, go ahead,
I
Alex.
really appreciate that opportunity, man. I appreciate that opportunity, man. It was a great time, man. You're in the Matrix, tracks. You're in the Matrix. You're in the
I thought it was
Matrix,
me.
man. You sounding like T Pain, tracks.
I'm about to say Ron Brown.
But yeah, man. Listen, Wind Creek Casino, man. Listen, awesome time, man. Awesome time, bro. Like
Man, I wish I could have made it.
I cannot speak. I can't say enough about that place, man. Very accommodating, man. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't feel uncomfortable, everything was moving, everything was great, man. It was an awesome time, man. Got to meet Jim Miller for the first time. Like you said, we chopped it up, did a little play by play in the football game. It was dope.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Alex. Alex laughed at my T Pain reference. Yeah, he sounded just like T Pain, right? Appreciate it, Doug. But yeah,
You were talking
it's
about DeAndre Swift earlier, and I mean, I hate to steal from another show, but
mhm.
shout out to not knowing. So shout out to Dukes and Bell. I want to give a game ball to Mr. DeAndre Swift. He's one of the couple of people I wanted to give a game ball to
Yes,
today
indeed. Yes, indeed.
because
Yes, indeed.
he balled out of control, both
Yes,
Hey
on
guys,
indeed.
where did you lose me at? Where did you lose me? What was I saying?
You was talking about me and Jim Miller doing play by play of the football game.
Oh damn. Yeah, so you missed all that afterwards. Hey, listen, this is breaking news. So up at the casino, the director has asked us now. He said, "Hey, is this just Bears?" And I says, "No, it's Chicago sports, sir. What else do you cover?" I said, "Everything, whatever you need." He goes, "All right, because that Canelo fight held like 270 something people, and they're real interested in UFC. So you guys need to get in the UFC Chronicles and get studied up because we're going to be doing some live events there. They want to keep us busy." Not just for Bears. They want to keep us busy after the Bears. So we'll see what happens, but it sounds pretty good so far.
Nice. I like the
Yeah.
sound of that.
Yep. Yes, sir. And I owe it all to all you guys. I show everybody that was there, including shout out to First and 10 tailgating, baby. Oh my gosh. Those guys were freaking phenomenal. Bear Mysterio,
Yes,
defense guy,
indeed, man.
Billy. Oh my gosh. They brought the energy, didn't they?
Yes, indeed.
Although,
The first.
guys, I do want you guys to bring my cowbells back. I got half of my cowbells missing, so give me my
I was
cowbells
finna
back.
say I didn't even get to get one, man. I wanted one.
Well, I just ordered a bunch more, and I ordered some beach balls, and now, Montre, he's already looking at putting our logo and Ben Johnson's face on a beach ball so we could toss it around while we're doing the tailgating show.
Yeah,
So,
the place was electric though, man.
yep.
Electric environment, man. People friendly. You just see when you cheer for a team, it's good to see how other people go out for the same team that you cheer for, bro. And some of these people, man, they got the bear swag up to 100. Like
Fields, let me tell you something really quickly about this man sitting right next to us. He is 100% authentic, dude. I love this guy with everything I got. He's a real
thank
deal.
you.
So, telling you
Yeah, I
right
can feel.
now, he's got a track stamp on him. I said track, not tramp.
I
I
had to
will
I had
never
to
say
re-listen to
that.
what you said.
I will never say that again. That'll never come out of my mouth. That sounds too much like something that it's not. But no, I love this guy, man. He's great. We had a blast, and I wish we had more time. There'll be more though. There'll be more for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Just got
indeed.
to pull up.
And I and I definitely want to try to connect with him because I'm actually on my way to Atlanta now. I'm in the car driving. So I definitely want to try to connect with him while I'm there.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Cause I got breaking news. I'm having surgery next Friday. For my torn meniscus. So
Oh my
you
God, dude!
know,
Don't say that. I just what's for meniscus.
yeah, I tore
We're
my meniscus.
brothers.
So yeah,
We're twins. We're twins.
yeah,
It's my right
man. So,
knee. It's my right knee. What about yours?
my left knee.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Ron Ranowski. Shout out to you, sir.
Man, this
Bear
chat is
down to you,
popping,
brother.
man.
Yeah,
Hey
y'all
guys,
come on in here.
I got to go run into the studio real quick. I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
All
Yeah, man. Let's get into the preview of these Saints, man. I first of all, how'd your day go today, man? You been
Well,
riding
that's my.
all day?
No, actually, I just not too long ago. I left kind of late because I just I'm wait. Whatever time I wake up is when I'm gonna leave. I didn't think I was gonna leave at 12, but that's the
Yeah.
time I woke up. So yeah, I'm
Yeah, man.
halfway there now. I think I'm in
Okay.
near Louisville.
Okay,
Well, that
yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
about
So
halfway.
yep,
Hey, I
but
appreciate you guys in the chat for the shout out for the prayers on the surgery. I appreciate you guys a great deal. I keep you guys updated. But that means you may see a lot more of me doing doing shows because I ain't going to nobody's job. But yeah, man. Let's talk Bears and Saints, bro. We know the usual suspects when it comes down to New Orleans, but let's talk about a couple of these storylines. I think Trax kind of touched on a few, before he left up out of here. The Dennis Allen, this is the Dennis Allen Bowl part two. But not only Dennis Allen, Declan Doyle was a part of the Saints as well. I can't remember if Ben Johnson was a part of the Saints in a smaller role. I can't really remember off top, but I know Declan Doyle was with Sean Payton. And as we know, our defensive coordinator was a part of the Saints. But Track spoke on the storylines, things that should help these guys be motivated to, come on in, allowing the Saints to come on in to shoulder field so they can get stumped out. Let us pray. But respectfully.
yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but let's talk about the play on the field. Spencer Rattler looks like he's improving every week. Now the outcomes are
Mhm.
not they don't his play has not, reached to the point where it had influence on the outcome. But if you watch him week by week, and even just he's apples and oranges compared to last year.
Yeah.
We know what he has as far as ability. He has a strong arm. He was looked at as a Brett Favre type of guy, gunslinger type of guy. He has that ability, but now he looks more comfortable. He looks like he belongs in the NFL now. He doesn't look like he's questioning a whole lot of things, and I do credit that to the head coach, who I've always been high on, and that's Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore's a guy I
Mhm.
always been high on. I was hoping the Bears had an opportunity to interview him, for the head coaching job, but that didn't happen, and we got Ben Johnson. Grateful for that, but Kellen Moore is an excellent offensive mind. He's been around the
Mhm.
league, Dallas, L.A., Philadelphia, most recently where he won a Super Bowl, but he's been successful everywhere he's been. And it looks like things are improving with the Saints, but they're just not getting the outcome they would like as far as wins. They got a big win versus the Giants. They played pretty decently versus the Patriots last week, and they end up losing that one. They had a lot of one score games, so a lot of the tough games that we're pulling out, they haven't been able to.
Yeah.
Um, and Seattle beat them really good as Buffalo did as well. But I watched a bit of that Buffalo game, and Buffalo, that game was close until The Saints got too cute on the goal line a couple times and it cost them points
Yeah,
because they were right there with the Bills until they just started going doing a little crazy stuff and the game got away from them. But
yeah.
y'all keep
You know,
y'all keep the comments in the chat. Shout out to Calvin. Blessings to you. Shout out to you. Welcome. Blessings. You say you just stumbled across this chat. What's good? Please like and subscribe. And welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast. Sit up in here and tune in. If you have something to comment on, we'd love to hear it. Who is our
there.
OC? Ben Johnson, yeah. Ben Johnson runs the entire offense, but Declan Doyle is there too. He plays a part as well. Very dope. Very dope. Um Now back to the Saints. How you feel about the Saints, T Phil?
Well, being that I lived there for so long,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I almost developed a hatred for for the Saints just because of, being and then and covered the Falcons for what 8 years, so I
Yeah.
built up that hatred for them. And granted, there are certain players like I covered Alvin Kamara, shout out to him in Norcross when he was in high
Mm-hmm.
school there.
Yeah,
Um,
you real
but
close.
it's very interesting to him is that I heard recently he's been threatening to retire because he's not getting paid. I mean, I
Really?
don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but I was speaking with my cousin. Like I said before, he's a running back coach, and he just loved that position. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
he always felt like the running backs nowadays are trying to get forced off the league because they don't want to pay them once they get a certain age. Which
Mm.
with the wear and tear that they do, most running backs get pushed out by 30, 31 years old.
Yeah.
So and I know Kamara's getting up in age, but or they, there's rumors that they want to trade him as well. So I mean, I don't know how true all of that is. I'm not in the inside as much as I was before, but
Right.
to me that's very interesting. And he might
Yeah.
want to go to a contender. I don't know, because like you said, the
Well,
Saints have been in a lot of struggling games where they haven't been winning.
yeah, like you said, the outcomes haven't really registered like they would like. But I've heard Alvin Kamara saying that he want to stay there. But you never know, man. These guys just a
Yeah,
lot of time these guys just say the right thing to keep the fans up off their back or whatever. I'm pretty sure, at this
yeah,
point in his career, he would welcome an opportunity to be, in the Super Bowl or in a running to win a Super Bowl or just be, in the playoff fight to get there. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
you play this game for individual success, but you also want that team success to go with it. And that's what usually gets you the gold jackets nowadays.
no, exactly. And
And he's
I was also
been
having a I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was also having a conversation, just about the Saints, and I was like, "This is a key game for the Bears." He's like, "Dude, you said every game was a key
Yes.
game." I said, "I know, but it
Yeah.
just is a key game." I said, "Because
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, that watching the game, and the high, the last second kick by the Cam Scatterable Mitch Trubisky mix, Moody." I mean, it was phenomenal. So you don't want to let down. Hopefully, what was said that it's definitely not a let down game with Dennis Allen being motivated for going against his old team, and I
Yeah.
just think the offense will keep getting the continuity of them getting better and better together. So, yeah, turn that down. I'm about to cross this bridge. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear the GPS.
Yeah, I hear a little bit. It's all good. I hear
So
more,
okay, that's good, good. Um, but no, it just I hope it's not a letdown game, and I don't foresee it just because, like I said, it just everything feels different about this Bears team to me,
It does. It does. It most
and
definitely does.
I mean the energy that the coach brings at the end. I mean, I haven't seen that type of energy in the locker room since what was the club that they had? What was it called? Club Dub.
Club Dub. Oh God, don't
But
remind
that
me.
wasn't necessarily the head coach. That was just the
Man,
players. But
I
the head,
hated Club Dub, bro.
did.
I hated it.
Why'd you hate Club Dub so bad?
Because, man, it just, I just wasn't feeling it at the time because I didn't feel like we were good enough to be doing all that.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was a bit much. Now,
Hmm.
people listen, T Field. People criticize me or saying I'm old school and I'm a bit too traditional. But
Mm,
it's just sort of like the things that they're doing now,
mm,
with being in the middle of it and those things like that. Listen, I'm down. I can rock with that. But the
yeah,
club dub with the neon lights and all that old other
yeah.
stuff, bro, I just wasn't with that, man.
Man, I get it. I respect that definitely. And like I said, I'm my nickname was old school for one point because it's a lot of certain things from uniforms to some play calling. I wasn't a big fan of all the passing and
Yeah.
what was going on. Like when I was watching the Bears do like a tall sweep, I was in amaze. I was like, I haven't seen that play in 10 years.
Yeah, man. I
And
mean, to each his own, bro. I mean, because like
yeah,
I said, to some people, Club Dub, and I see Blessing say Club Dub, they was turned. To some people, it was cool, but I
mm,
just look at that. You know, it's crazy when you're doing Club Dub and you 5-11.
yeah, I know that's true.
You know what I mean?
But
Like I just, it just got
when
stale really
still,
fast, bro.
but this is thinking that Club Double turned into the Super Bowl Shuffle vibe just because the Bears did the Super Bowl Shuffle after a loss to the Miami Dolphins on
Yeah,
Monday night, and
yeah.
just to think of to do a Super Bowl Shuffle in the any team doing it in the middle of a season or towards the end of a season to me is crazy. Now thinking about it, but them
Yeah.
fools did week 12. Hey, let's make a Super Bowl Shuffle.
Yeah, because I think they were 11-0 before the Dolphins.
Yeah, they
I
were 11
mean, at 11-0 though, T Field, you just about get away with anything, man.
Well, I mean, that's true. But you did it after a loss
Yeah, after a loss, that's true.
where the 46D got exploited really bad.
Really bad. Really bad. Really, really bad. You're correct.
And I remember as a kid, I was terrified. I said, Lord, let New England win that game because I don't want to play the Dolphins again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I don't want no part of Mark Duke or Mark Clayton, Dan Marino.
Dan
I feel like it was a
Marino.
third. It was a
That
third receiver out there.
shotgun, back then the shotgun was kind of new.
Yeah.
And he was just sitting back there getting rid of the football. It was them quick slants coming so fast. And it
I
seemed
didn't
like
even
they ran them every play.
I didn't even know the corners. I didn't know Mike Richardson exists. I didn't know Leslie
Yeah.
Frazier existed.
It looked like
Until
it looked like 7-on-7, didn't
yeah, I was like, this is crazy.
it? Yeah. But
But
yeah, like back to these Saints, man. As I'm looking at the coaching staff.
mhm,
It's now it's bear it's some Bears residue over here too.
mhm.
Brandon Staley is the defensive coordinator, which was
Oh,
he's a former assistant defensive coordinator with the Bears. Brandon Staley.
what he under
Um,
not Lovey, but the other guy. Or was he under Lovey too?
I think he was under. No, he wasn't under Lovey. Wait a minute, though, T Fields. I
I
think he
think
may
he
have
who was the guy that was under Lovey? God, oh, but
Bob Babbage.
yeah, him.
Yeah, his son is the DC in Buffalo. Or
Wow.
linebackers coach one. Yeah, he's one of them in Buffalo. Bobby Babbage is over in Buffalo.
Okay.
But like I said, Brandon Staley, Scott Linehan. He's another former head coach. Doug
Mhm.
Nussmeier, if the Nussmeier name sounds familiar, he's the father of the QB in LSU, current QB at LSU. And you got Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Now
Did he go to
we
Boise
talk,
State?
huh?
Did he go to Boise State?
Who Kellen Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Kellen Moore was there when the guy did the proposal in the end zone. You remember when they did the trick play versus
Yeah.
Oklahoma? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm We talked about Alvin Kamara. We talked about Spencer Rattler, but one more thing about Rattler. Here's another storyline he feels.
Mhm.
Now, Spencer Rattler was Mr. Everything coming out of high school. Des- Decided to go to Oklahoma. Uh, got injured. The guy that took his place during the Texas game, Mr. Caleb Williams,
Mm,
took the position and never gave it back.
never.
Caused Mr. Rattler to transfer to South Carolina, and the rest is now current history. He's now in New Orleans Saints, and he faces Caleb Williams this weekend. So I'm pretty sure he's fired up about it. I know his coach, his OC, and then some of his teammates are probably firing him up about it. And they're going to do anything. They're
Mm.
going to do anything it takes to make sure this young man gets a victory this weekend, and it's up to us to stop him.
Yeah, because I
Now the
mean, and
Saints have
also I
plenty.
think it.
Go ahead.
My bad. No, I was gonna say. Also, I think it caused Spencer Rattler's stock to drop
Yes, indeed.
because he was projected to be a first round pick, really out of
Yeah,
high school.
yeah. He made like I don't I can't question him, but going to South Carolina was a little bit sketchy to me.
Yeah.
Because they were never known as a juggernaut offensively. Like they've had some good years sprinkled in between, throughout, the last maybe 15 or 20. They've had some good years sprinkled in between there. But for a guy like that, you would think he would want to go to a team that, has some firepower, because he has a
Mm-hmm.
live arm, very live arm. He's a little erratic, but he's good on his feet. He was looked at as a Pat. Everybody loved to call Pat Mahomes. He was looked at as being of that ilk. But
Mm-hmm.
the Saints are not short of playmakers. And when we talk about the best playmaker on that team, I truly believe is Chris Olave.
Yeah.
I think this offense is kind of dead in the water without Olave. He got hurt early last year, and it was a big reason why that offense didn't go like it should have went. They also have Brandon Cooks, who is a vested veteran, well
Yeah.
traveled, but he's been productive everywhere he's been. Jawan Johnson. Now I want to talk about him. Jawan Johnson may be the most underrated tight end in the NFL. He makes plays every week. Every week he's making a play. Now he may not get the numbers every week, but every week he does something exciting to get those guys going. He makes a play. If it's not a one hand grab, it's a big run after catch. He's a very good player. He's been around for a while, but been very good for the Saints at tight end. Then we got Rashid Shaheed, burner. This
I
guy,
like
he
him.
started out as special teams. Now he's a big time weapon for them, especially when it comes to the deep ball. Pure speed. Got light on his feet. He's also light in the britches too. He don't look very big, but he moves like the wind, dog. So
Mm-hmm.
something else. Listen, we got beat on a double move. Uh I think it was Stevenson that got beat on a double move last week. I think
Yeah.
that's on tape. So I think we're gonna see that again. So I hope them guys are prepared. And need not listen, and we can't forget about Taysom Hill. Now, T Fields, I live in Atlanta and you've lived here for a while. We've seen plenty of games where Taysom Hill has the ability to take over a game by himself.
He does. He does. Definitely. I want to say one of the games he actually started against the Falcons as a quarterback.
He definitely did. And they sprinkled
Yeah, I'm about to say
everything.
yeah. Because mhm.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay,
they
yeah.
sprint.
No, I heard
Yeah.
sprinkler. That's all, and I lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they sprinkled everything, and they really spread things out for him to be able to play his way, and he just took over. He looked like Tim Tebow. He looked like the Florida version of Tim Tebow. But
Yeah, I was about to say the Florida, not the Denver.
nah, 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 not the Denver. He's more consistent, so it's the Florida version. They also got a young man that I like a whole lot, and that's Kendra Miller. He's built like an
Mhm.
Alvin Kamara. And at this point of this point of Kamara's career, he may be a little bit. He may be faster. You know, he
Yeah.
definitely looks the part, but he's a nice, exciting young running back. You know, and it could be a situation that it could ultimately make Kamara expendable. Who knows? Because they also have Devin Neal out of Kansas State, which was a running back that the Bears did some scouting on coming out of the draft. So that listen, playmakers they're not short of on the offensive end. You know, and I see too that they have our ex player Mr. Valus Jones. How exciting would that be to see him on the field this Sunday? Imagine Valus Jones making a play versus us this weekend, bro.
Well, it probably make Ryan Pace kind of happy. Like, see, I knew what I was
Man,
talking about.
man, I do not listen. There's a lot of things that can happen this weekend. A whole
Mhm.
lot. But that's one thing I don't want to see happen, bro. I don't want to see, but
Exactly.
something tells me that Kellen Moore is going to find a way to get this young man the ball and get him in this game, you know, just so he can say tell people I told you so.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I agree.
it'll be just our luck, bro. It'll be just our luck. Now,
But I
before
feel like a
I
luck is
want to,
changing.
I know a lot. I know a lot of the chat. You know, they want to they want us to talk about the Bears, and we will. But I just want to get everybody kind of abreast on the opponent that we're going to face, and I won't be long. I promise. I promise I won't be long. I'm done after I speak about the defense. I just found so many interesting facts and
Hmm.
interesting storylines when it comes down to this game. You know, and it makes for an exciting one. Like, hey, this is not a game where we pay attention to records. But before I speak on the defense, let's talk about the records and let's talk about us being 3-2 and the rest of our division, that be Minnesota, Detroit, and the Packers. They have challenging games this weekend. They have challenging games this weekend, and
Yeah.
these are games that they can lose. Now, I don't envision you know what I'm saying, the sun shining on us so bright that we be the only team in our division to win this weekend. Do you know how glorious that would be?
I know, right?
Like that would be top of the top, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it happened like that. And of course, we have to take care of our business, you know, before we worry about anywhere
Mm,
else. But
exactly.
you know, I'm just, you know, just looking, you know, just checking things out,
Mm,
just looking at the landscape, you know, because, you know, we can talk about possibilities, you know, until the game starts to play. That's pretty much all we have.
mhm.
So, you know, there's a chance that the Bears can be in first place on Tuesday morning.
Wow.
What's messing with that? After the way we started, you know,
Mm,
getting reeled back in by the Vikings and
mhm,
allowing the Lions to bust our head with a 50 piece to
mhm.
end up in first place in our division by Tuesday morning. That'll definitely be a thing. And of course, it'll have people saying we ain't played nobody and all that. You know how that go. Or we were lucky. And
Yeah.
speaking, listen, I'm going off and all over the place, but this bothered me, so I'm gonna talk about it. And like, I really had a whole monologue to do, but I just let it go.
Mhm.
They had a nerve to say, "Oh, the Bears got lucky versus the Bears were very fortunate against the Commanders." Um, they had a bunch of plays that went their way as if we had no influence on how this game went.
Yeah.
And as if because last year when Jaden Daniels did the Hail Mary and shit, stuff like that, he was looked at as a god. This
Mhm.
play was looked at as magical, not lucky, magical, majestic, you know, just one of the greatest plays ever. But we go down the field in the rain
Mm-hmm.
and earn an opportunity to kick a field goal to win, and they want to call us lucky. Now,
Yeah,
not to mention the plays and the points that they took from us on
exactly.
bogus calls. We ain't gonna even talk
Exactly.
about that. But to call us lucky is just continued disrespect. And I just hope to God, regardless of what the rest of our division does this weekend, regardless of what the rest of the week our division does this weekend, I hope we come out and show and prove against the Saints. Because if we don't, it's just gonna lean more into the BS narratives, and it's gonna give these people the fuel to say the irresponsible things that they say on a week to week basis about our football team.
Yeah. I just want a lot of those sports writers, sports reporters, or whomever, whatever you want to call them, to admit they
Bro,
just don't like Caleb Williams. Just say that
bro,
because it's like you can't do no like you said, what Jaden Caleb Williams do is wrong, even though the play was successful. Oh, he didn't step into that throw at all. A gain of 18 yards, it could have been a gain of 28 yards. Like, okay, everything he does, this is what his 18th game with his third head coach. And
man,
it's
listen,
just like
man.
they make me sick. But I know from good friends of mine that are in the business, and a lot of times they get pressured by the networks to say goofy things that they
Yeah,
say
yeah,
just to
yeah,
keep the narrative going. Not necessarily the narrative going, but to keep people tuned in and to aggravate people's souls like me. Like they aggravate my soul.
yeah. they definitely, they definitely do it. They definitely do it to me as well. T Fields, but um, to just go out here and like I said, the Bears earn that field goal on that drive,
Yeah,
and to call that look, and you give praise to one of the luckiest things that could ever happen. A guy like this was equivalent to a guy hitting a half court shot.
yeah,
But you want to tell me that that was his skill set? That was due because of his composure. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes
yeah,
down to Caleb and the rest of these guys driving to kick a field goal, it was luck. And you know, national media, whatever. I understand that Troy Aikman had a little beef. He was a little irritated with Caleb because uh I guess he felt that Caleb didn't give him an opportunity to do his job all the way when it came down to his preparation for the game.
hmm,
So he felt a little hurt about that. He felt some type of way about that. But the certain things he said, come on, man, don't make it so obvious, bro. You're a
yeah.
professional, Troy. Troy Aikman, you're a professional. You better than that, sir. Like I'm
And the
just
thing is, like, I guarantee you, and I don't know the numbers, but I guarantee you, if you look at his first his first 18, 20 games or so, I guarantee you they not nearly as good as Caleb's.
actual fact.
Because
Actual fact,
I want to say his first year he went 1-15.
bro. Actual fact, bro. Actual fact. Alex asked an interesting question. I'm not through. I'm not through with my beef and the people I'm gonna call out. But Alex asked an interesting question. Going
Mhm.
forward, who would you ride with, Jake Moody or Cairo?
Ooh, ooh. Booty feel like he has a better leg, and sometimes just a change of scenery does a kicker good. Um, I don't like people losing their job to an injury, but I'm going with Booty. I just Booty seems like again I don't. Booty seems like he has a better leg for Chicago than Santos does to me. I mean, I just,
Now, listen, I'm on the same street as Blessing is. Blessing said, "Don't make us choose." I'm with him 1,000% because I ain't gonna
Hmm.
tell you no lie. And shout out to Matt Cooper. Shout out to you, Coop. We see you out there, brother. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Every time I seen us set up for a field goal and I watched Moody kick his feet in the dirt, man, I
Oh
was a
yeah,
nervous wreck.
yeah.
I was nervous wreck, and not to get too graphic, but my butt cheeks was clenching the chair, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know, especially on the last one, man. I was so relieved when it went through the uprights. You know, I just had to, I had to collect myself, man.
And you know
But
what? I was watching that part without my glasses. The
oh yeah.
first, oh my god, it got blocked. I thought it took me for like 10 seconds. I was like, where did the ball go? And I said, oh, there it goes. I had to go outside and do a yell. But yeah, my heart rate
and
was
and
high.
shout out to Capo. Capo says Bears, no question. I mean, Cairo, no question. Now, Cairo, now you made some interesting you created some interesting thoughts. He feels because you say Moody feels like he's more fit for Chicago. Now, here's a crazy stat. Now, I'm not in love with stats, man, but I feel like you kind of
Yeah.
earn what you get when you get them.
Yeah.
But Cairo is the most accurate kicker, in Soldier Field.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like, and he's one of the most, you know, he's number one in Bears history as far as
Over
accuracy.
Butler?
Yeah, as far as
Over Kevin Butler? Over Robbie Gold? Wow.
accuracy. Yeah, as far as accuracy, I think he did. I think in the correct chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But he's one of those, like he's one of the best ever, when it comes down to, Chicago Bear kickers, but just, all time he's in that conversation. But I don't want him out there if he's not healthy, so
Yeah.
do with that what you will. As long as he's injured, I'm rocking with Moody. But as soon as he gets healthy, because like you said, I'm not really in love with nobody losing that spot due to injury, unless it's just overwhelmingly obvious that this guy is who it is, who it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so but that was a good question. Appreciate it, Alex. I appreciate that question
Damn
because
good
that's a
question.
real one right there. Yeah, that's a real one right there
Damn good
because
question.
listen, the way that the fact that he was carried off and won the game, man, and with that being a huge game,
Hmm.
that can deter some people. That can absolutely deter some people. So, that was a great question. We appreciate it, Alex. Keep them coming though. Capo. Capo says he wants to know should we trade for a D lineman? What you think, T Fields?
No. I'm not big on mid-season trades. And the reason being, like, who could we get? I mean, I heard talks of Simmons, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of money. A
Yeah.
lot of money. Or any of the defensive players that might be available. It's going to be a lot of money. And it depends on what you give up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm giving up a third, I mean, the third would be hard, but if I'm giving up a first and second, I can't do it because
Gotcha.
you got to think about the impact that you could get from the right player if you draft
Yeah.
correctly,
That's
and then the financial benefit of that first and second round pick having them locked up for 4 or 5 years before they start making that big time type of money. So I mean, I'm always looking for the upgrade, but
yeah.
not to mortgage the future for it. No.
Now I have an interesting theory about this, and the whole thing of the mid-season trades. I think a lot of times mid-season trades should be predicated on where you at as a team. And I think this is why it's taking so long for Ryan Poles to make certain moves because I really think he's trying to gauge where we are as a team. Because I feel like,
Yeah.
if he thinks that we may be one player away, I think he'll push the button on something.
Yeah,
But I think he's trying. I honestly think he's trying to see how we handle these next two games before the deadline, before he actually pressed the button on making a move. Because I do believe that he is talking to other teams about different players. I do believe that. I believe in every player that gauges our interest. He's in conversation.
yeah,
But I think he's trying to see, before they take on whatever is necessary or before we get rid of anything costly. He's trying to gauge where this team is. So I figure in 2 weeks, if we're 5-2,
hmm
I think he makes a move. But if we're along that 500 line or we just one game over, I think he stands pat.
yeah.
I just think he does, because, you know, I don't think it's worth it to get yourself involved in a situation for a rental.
No, exactly. This ain't
And
baseball.
and the only reason why I say that the guy may be a rental is because it doesn't mean if he comes here, he's going to catapult us to greatness.
Uh-uh.
Even though I feel like we have a team good enough to be a playoff team right now, but
Yeah,
it's just so many different layers to being a great squad or championship squad. I just think I think that's the reason why Pose is kind of being easy about, jumping out here and rushing to make a decision on a player. Because, you heard rumblings about Brees Hall, which I really like Brees Hall.
I do too.
I need him to hold on to the football though. I need him to clutch that thing high and tight, if you know what I mean.
Tiki
But
Barber.
yeah, I need him to hold on to that. But I really like him. I like the way he runs the football. I like the way he does things out of the backfield. But here it is. Swift comes out and and has a performance like this on Monday night.
Mm.
Why would you mess that up? Because Ben Johnson said something last week. He said, I honestly feel like the running game has very little to do with the guys that's running the football.
Yeah, you see everybody.
Yeah, he said, listen, I think if we fix what we have going on up front, I think you guys will see that um things are going to improve. But it starts up front, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you, Capo. Like and subscribe, sir. Please like and subscribe. There's plenty more where this comes from. We appreciate the love here at Chicago Sports Podcast. Oh, sorry. It's your first time watching. Welcome. Please like and subscribe, sir. But you know, and then it's the talk of a DN or a D
Yeah.
tackle. And you look at guys in positions of struggle on different teams. And those are the guys that you want to target, no doubt about it. But
Hmm?
bringing that guy to your team, does it ensure an increased level of play?
Ah, and he
Thank you,
might not be a good
Capo.
fit.
Yeah, like it's just a lot of those things. Now, if you're rolling and you feel like you can get a Max Crosby
Mm-hmm.
and you at 5-2, 6-2, you done pretty much handle the toughest part of your schedule pretty much. Why not? But I think, and I'm not in his head. I don't know nobody up there, nothing like that. But it just seems like that's what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the Bears fans, just be a little bit more patient, man, before we start talking crap and criticizing the guy. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys have reservations on polls anyway. I've heard a lot of things people say about him. But again, I'm gonna stand up for him and I'm gonna be patient.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
And
be patient.
I heard a couple of times people were upset that he got the contract extension. One thing I wanted from that position, I mean, to me, he needs to get better. He has a lot of work to do himself. He needs to get better with the early draft picks, and I think he's done well with the later rounds. But one thing I felt like he's brought is consistency, something that the
Hmm.
Bears lack. It seems like we go through GMs and head coaches every 3 to 4 years.
Yep.
And that to me has to stop. We need somebody. Not every GM is going to hit every time around, and I get that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm one of the few that's not upset. I would actually get what's his assistant GM name? Um, I can't forget, but I forget his
I
name.
got you.
I was glad that he didn't leave, even
Yeah.
though it would have been very beneficial because I
Yeah.
believe we would have got was it an extra third
Yeah.
round pick, second round
Yeah.
pick, something
Yeah.
like that.
We would have got some very good compensation of Ian Cunningham left.
Yeah, he ain't cut him. Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of glad he didn't leave, because
Yeah, me too.
I want consistency, and I feel like that's something that we have definitely lacked in Chicago sports.
Yeah.
And
And you know what,
it's
man? And you right. Hey, you on point. You on point. You right. You own it, brother. Trust me. Because I look around the league, man, and I see teams make mistakes all over the place. But since they've had a couple of years of winning, people overlook it. And
exactly,
San Francisco is one of those teams.
exactly.
I've seen John Lynch make some mistakes, man. He made some mistakes. He made some Ryan Poles mistakes. He has. Because Jake Moody talk about us
Third
drafting a
round pick.
punter. Third round pick. And he
Yeah.
ain't even with him no more. He's not even with the team anymore. And he was a third round pick. You don't hear nobody ever saying, oh, the 49ers wasted the third round pick on the kicker.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, well, kicker and punter is different. They both use their feet, bro. They both use
And
their feet.
but you know what's crazy about this? Is for some odd reason, I get it with punter because at the time, to me the Bears struggled with punting since Maury Buford.
Yeah.
I was getting tired of kicking the ball 20, 30 yards. I'm like,
Yeah.
you might as well went for it. If we're not
Listen.
gonna get that many yards, so if you can play field position, something I gotta give Lovie Smith credit for because I didn't understand
Yeah.
it back then as much.
Mhm.
But playing field position, it
Flipping the
that
field.
definitely that definitely matters. Yeah, exactly.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Now, I have this analogy. Now, you know how you try to put something together without reading instructions?
Hmm.
It's kind of how Ryan Poles is building his bear squad. He's not
Exactly.
he's not following the traditional directions
Yeah.
that a lot of other teams follow when it comes down to team building.
No.
He's trying to put that family together. He's trying to put that family table together without reading the instructions, bro. And when you do that, it takes a lot longer and it just opens up so much room for error.
Hmm.
But the problem with error, bro, I don't have a problem with GMs making mistakes. I have a problem when you made a mistake, but you're trying to force this on the people, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, as I mentioned with the 49ers, all the mistakes the 49ers have made, they've made it their business to get rid of them jokes.
Hmm.
Anybody that's deemed as a mistake playing for the Niners or that the Niners drafted or brought in, man, they
Hmm.
get rid of them people, man. They not sitting around here. They not sitting around here playing no games, man, and hoping you get it. They're not keeping you around hoping that lightning a strike and you'll finally realize where you at and what you're doing. Man, you don't have listen, NFL stands for not for long, and that's how it's supposed to go, bro. When you don't
Yeah.
fit or you're not living up to the bill that you showed on tape for this football team, you gotta slide, Clyde. You can't be him. You can't be him.
And I think too, a lot of GM and a lot of people just in general be scared. Like, man, I hope he got to show us something because if I let him go and then he goes shine with his other team, I'm gonna be sick for days. I'm Tampa Bay
Man.
Buccaneers. I got Steve Young. He is my quarterback, and then now I'm gonna let him go to the 49ers, and he's about to become a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think people are afraid of that.
Hey man, look here. You want and this is not the best analogy, but this is kind of it fits, and it may be a little harsh. You either want a common cold or you want pneumonia, bro. Common cold, short. Pneumonia had you in the hospital, hooked to a
Facts.
machine. And then when you hold on to bad players or players that don't fit what you're trying to do, when you hold
Mm-hmm.
on to your mistakes, you got pneumonia, bro.
Yeah.
The longer you hold on, the worse this thing gets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing for me. The Bears have had, over the years, the Bears had a bad habit of holding on to players. Oh, he's a third round pick. We can't let him go. Why
Yeah.
the hell not? What he doing? And these other teams, man, they figure out a way to they find they find some place for these other guys to go. They don't give a damn what they do once they outside that Bears that other team's help. They
You know
don't
where they
care where
find
they
them?
go.
Well, you know where they send them? To Chicago. I want to say
Yeah,
Rick Meyer.
right.
Rick Meyer was with Seattle, right? Initially,
Yeah.
and they found a way
Now
to get a first
Bayer,
round pick.
yeah. No, Bayer was in Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
And then he left Tennessee and went to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Hmm.
What's about when he went to the Bears though? When Rick Meyer got traded, the quarterback got traded to the
Oh, you said
Bears.
Rick Meyer. I thought you said
Yeah,
Kevin Byard. I'm sorry.
no. Rick Meyer. I want to say
Yeah, Rick Meyer
Seattle
in
trade.
Seattle.
Yeah, they got a first round pick from the Bears. I want to say for him.
Yeah,
They say, "Oh, we'll find a way to get rid of him quick." And God rest his soul because he never had a chance really to do anything with the Bears. But I think Gaines Adams was a high selection for
yeah,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they got
yeah,
a second round pick out of the Bears. And granted, he passed away.
yeah.
And but I think didn't he suit up for the Bears though? I don't
He
even, I
did.
can't
He
remember who he
he
played.
did. He did. He did. He suited up. But you're out, and those are two great examples of what we're talking about here. Those guys were not going to work in their respective places. They found somewhere for these people because in every building you got somebody that think that they big, that they smarter than the system, bro. You got somebody in every building that feel like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I can make him into something. Man, it's like
Yeah.
turning an alley cat into a mountain lion, bro. You can't do that.
Mhm. And history tells you
Now,
can't do it, but he
history
still tried.
tells you, bro. Now, I see a lot of commit slander in this chat. And shout out to Blessings. Blessings. Look, man. Uh, uh, you can't just let commit go right now for nothing. That's what we can't do. Now, if we're able to get a game-changing player for a Cole Kmet, then I'm with that. Because I honestly think Cole Kmet is a very good tight end. Does he have some
Mhm.
flaws and some deficiencies? Absolutely. But I think he's a guy that can play and you can definitely win with.
Sure.
So if he was to go into one of these tight end friendly offenses, he'll be a very successful player. Like I said, does he have flaws? Does he have, is he the best blocker? No, he's not. Does he have flaws? Does he have, bad route running at times? Does he have the drops? Absolutely. He does. But he's not a terrible player.
No,
And to
I don't
let
think
him
so
go
either.
to let him go right now at this stage of it, especially, with not really knowing how healthy Colston Loveland is, that'll be irresponsible. And that's another thing we do as Bears fans. We would see the team ascending in a certain position. Then all of a sudden you got all these plans and alterations you want to make. Nah, that ain't how I go, man. You gotta let this thing set in a little bit, um, and just let it kind of mature. But no, we not
Yeah.
waiting on Cole Kmet to turn into Kelsey or Kittle. That was never a thing. We're not waiting on him to do that. What we would like him to do is when the ball is thrown to him the right way, is to catch it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's too much to ask. If he's asked to throw a block downfield, let's make the block, bro. Like Komet will never be this twitchy athlete to where he's making people miss and stuff like that. I don't think he'll ever be that. But that doesn't mean that he can't be a very good tight end in this league, which I think he is. But if we can get someone like a Simmons or a Max
And
Crosby, for a Cole Komet, depending on where we at as a team, why not? Even if we can get a Brees Hall, why not? But just to sit up here and let him go, and look, we understand what the contract is, man. Listen, and he's not getting any preferential treatment because he got paid. The time he got paid, he earned it. But we drafted a tight end. We drafted a tight end in the top 10, something that I wasn't really happy about, but it happened. And let's see how this thing works out. Hell, we barely see both of the guys on the field at the same time. So let's just give this thing a little time.
yeah, I
Give this
mean, and
thing.
I think Cole Kmet will actually benefit from a different team. One thing that's it, and shout out to DJ Moore, who gets another game, who gets a game ball for me for
Mhm.
what he was able to do this past week, this past game against I was about to say the Commodores, the Command, the
But
Commanders.
Lionel Richie playing quarterback.
I know, right? Hello, is it me you looking for? Oh, I can't see. But no, he played his ass off. He played his heart. He left everything on the field. He was a true freaking leader. This past Monday against Washington. So I definitely got to give a games ball to DJ Moore as well. But I mean, and that's to me, the Bears have too many weapons. Or I don't want to say too many because you never have enough. But they
Yeah,
have, as far as like you getting numbers, you don't expect numbers from to be a receiver in this offense. Everybody's gonna touch this ball,
yeah,
and they're gonna find a way to get Luther the ball. They're gonna find a way to give Love the ball, and DJ Moore and who about forget? Doomsday. It's
yeah,
like they have a lot. This is something that the Bears has never had. The,
yeah.
the
And I
most weapons
see
they had.
I see some Luther Burton talk in the chat too. So yeah, you're
Yeah,
right, man. You're absolutely right though, T Fields. You're right. We haven't had it to this magnitude. Like we've had splashes of this stuff, but never to this magnitude, man. And
I mean, we
with,
had what Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett, Brandon Marshall, Matt Forte. But I mean, the Bears got offensive weapons now. Like,
yeah, but
uh,
T Fields, even before that, we had Curtis Conway, Bobby Ingram, and
mm-hmm,
Jeff Brown
mm-hmm.
with Curtis Ennis, Raymond Harris. We've had some squads, man, but like I say, it just so like look at the gap between the team that you named and the team that I named.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's
And then
just so the gap is so huge. It's so
and then
wide.
we can go back to Walter Payton, Dennis McKinnon, Dennis
Yeah,
Gentry, which was one
yeah,
of my favorite players, number 29, Dennis Gentry.
yeah. Willie
Of
Galt.
course, Sweetness. Yeah, Willie Galt, McKinnon. Who else was on that team? Can't remember the tight end. Ken Man, no, was it Ken Mandrew? And I can't
Uh,
remember.
that
Oh, it
wasn't
was
Cap Boso, was it? That wasn't. I think
no.
Cap Boso
Oh
came
wow.
later.
Yeah, Cat Bosa came a little bit later. Emory Moorhead was a tight end.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Emory Moorhead. Remember, shout out to RoboCop. What happened to James Thornton?
Yeah, shout out to RoboCop. I think Trax is friends with him though. I think Trax stays in
For real?
communication with him. Yeah,
Oh, that's
absolutely.
what's up.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
But we have a plethora of riches. We just have to get this offense down. Remember, fellas, this is just games. This we're coming up on game 6 in a new offense. So
yeah,
I'm gonna ask all the fans out there that's listening, please do not allow some of these media pundits, local or national, to influence you on what's what. I encourage you guys, if you have time. I know we all work and we all have, most of us have kids we got to look out for, and we got other things we're doing out here. But take the time to do your own homework with this stuff, man, because these guys out here is putting a bunch of irresponsible narratives out there, and it will lead the casual fan the wrong way.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use Detroit as a perfect example. If you recall, Dan Campbell, when he got hired and he made the comment about biting them on their ankles, they were
Hmm.
clowning him. They were saying
Yeah.
this and they were doing all this. Now the same people that were clowning him and said he's not ready to be a head coach, and now
Hmm.
praising this dude and like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good boy, he's a rah guy, he gets the team excited. And I'm like, but you just said I hold these reporters and on TV accountable, something that nobody else seems like within the media does. They get to
Hmm.
say something crazy, and then the next day act like they never said anything at all. And then it's just like I'm like, I remember. You're not fooling me. I remember. You said
Absolutely.
this.
And then it goes to the thing of people saying, "Oh, Bears fans are butthurt and crying about the things that Troy Aikman said." Um, we have not. Well, based on Troy Aikman's resume, and he's very good at his job. It's very obvious that we know that he knows what he's talking about. So, since you guys said that, I'm gonna help you guys out about why Bears fans are upset about the criticism of the quarterback. It's not because it came from Troy Aikman. It's not because of the things he said about the quarterback, because our quarterback still has some things that he has to work on. He's not perfect. This is just what game what 20, 22.
Mhm.
So no, he's not a finished product at all. But all we're asking for is consistency. We want we want you media guys, you and y'all analysts and announcers or whatever you call yourself. We want you guys to be more consistent when it comes down to talking about players. Don't just jump on Bears players. Just don't jump on Caleb Williams because he's the number one pick. Don't say all these things about him that you're not gonna say about Jaden Daniels committing two key turnovers that lost a big game for that team on Monday night
Mhm.
and was on the bench smiling about it.
And threw an interception in the red zone.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, y'all make excuses for him because y'all feel like he's quote unquote he's earned that leeway. There's no such thing as earned leeway unless you bring in a Vince Lombardi trophy. Then you don't earn no leeway when you do things like that. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So that's a terrible excuse by Chicago media that I heard. Terrible excuse. Very irresponsible that you're leading grown people the wrong way when it comes down to this particular topic. You know, we just want everyone that has something to say about our quarterback to be consistent. And that goes for Colin Coward. That goes for Chris Canty or anyone else at ESPN that has something to say about this young man because you don't like him for whatever reason. You know, just be consistent in your when you're analyzing quarterbacks and you're critiquing guys, be consistent with your critiques. Because Troy Aikman said, "Oh, he threw that ball into double coverage. He should have never done that." Now, Troy, how many times, and this for the people that was there when you were playing, sir, how many times did we see you throwing the double coverage to either Alvin Harper or Michael Irvin?
Mm. Mm.
You know,
Preach.
we seen balls thrown into double coverage by good, bad, and great quarterbacks every week. It happens every week. But you want to jump on Caleb on national TV about making a bad throw because you feel some type of way. And then you got the guys in Chicago media that eat it up.
And you know what?
national media eating up.
But you know what's
But
crazy? That the national media, I think half of them don't even watch. Well, I think even more than that don't watch the games anyway, and they go by hearsay. Like, oh, what's the narrative about Caleb? Oh, yeah, Caleb definitely he needs to set his feet, or oh, he uses too much of his arm. It's like they hear what other people say and they regurgitate it.
yeah, and see that's what I mean. But that's why I'm trying to get on the people that's responsible for putting it out there first.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So even last year when we played the Commanders, Caleb's game-winning drive to win that game was never talked about.
Nope.
It was never talked about. The only thing that was spoke upon was the Hail Mary, and they questioned Caleb's ability. How can you question this guy's ability when he brought the team down and scored a touchdown? It was just unfortunate that real luck was on the Commander's side, and they got the Hail Mary.
And you know what? I hate to say, I really hate to say this. I hate to say this so even on the show. The only time I don't believe a Hail Mary is luck is when that damn Aaron Rodgers throw it. Because he seems to do it every damn time. But
Yeah, it works for a guy like him at a time.
yeah, but that was luck. The guy it fell into the dude's hands because he got batted. That's all that was. It was pure luck. And just say you just please just say you don't like Caleb. You don't like Caleb because he paints his
Yeah,
nails,
man.
or you don't like Caleb because he cried in his mom's arms. Just say that. That's the real reason why you don't like Caleb. And no matter how well he plays, you're gonna always throw that against him. You hold it
And bro,
against him.
we have nothing to do with that man painting his nails. We have
Yeah,
nothing. We have nothing to do with that man after he go to the locker room and change his clothes and leave that stadium. We ain't got nothing to
facts,
do with him, man. We ain't got nothing to
facts.
do with him, man. We're cheering for this guy because he's a quarterback of our team, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff, I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. They ain't got nothing. And I tell some of my buddies who get on me about Caleb and the fingernail thing. Hey man, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Long as he can spin the football with them fingernails,
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with him. I don't care what color they is. I don't. But I want to give a shout out to Kurt Warner, bro. I want to give a shout out to Kurt Warner. I want to give a
Mm-hmm.
shout out to
Chase Daniel.
Tim Jenkins. And even a lot of times what's his name? Chase Daniels.
Yeah.
Because and JT O'Sullivan as well. You're gonna get honesty from those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have an agenda to, jump down on or to make up BS when it comes down to Caleb Williams. And they're honest across the board. What they say about Caleb, they're gonna say the same thing about if it's warranted. Now let's go there. If it's warranted, they're gonna say the same thing about a Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, or whoever else that you consider amongst the elites. They're honest. There's not an agenda there. They're not looking to chop this young man down, just for the sake of trying to get a click or two. And of course, their national audience is a lot broader than ours. It's a lot of people that listen to them. But that's what make it even more dangerous, bro. Cause
Exactly.
you spewing this BS, and a lot of people that listen, they're looking to you for information, correct information, so they can go out here and spew it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But you come out there with them weak narratives, bro. It's out of pocket, bro. Out of pocket.
Facts.
Out of
Facts.
pocket. Shout out to Capo. Now, I'm a little bit more FS1 than ESPN, but I lean toward ESPN when it comes down to basketball, and then I'm a little off on FS1, but I tune in to FS1 for football, and and I'm off ESPN. So hey. I try to use both of them to my advantage.
I watch it with the volume down. Oh,
Score of the game tonight. Aaron Rodgers and company is up 10-0 over Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, I think this one is going to be a little better than the score shows right now. But Flacco is trying to get acclimated to these guys, but there's not much that Flacco hasn't seen when it comes down to plays on the play sheet or defenses that he had to look over for the ball to snap.
you feel like he's been playing Pittsburgh all his life.
Yeah, and he again, yeah. Man, he's played for every team in the division, bro.
I know.
He's
Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati.
he's playing and he's a Pittsburgh native, I think.
Yeah, that's it's crazy.
Yeah. So they ain't gonna show
Oh,
him
but
nothing
real
he ain't
quick,
seen before, bro.
facts. Not to change the subject and not to change the sport real quick, but like I said, I wanted to steal the game ball. I want to steal the no balls to the Milwaukee Brewers for throwing up that L flag, and
Man,
that's why they asked if this got down 3-0 against the Dodgers right now. So yeah,
man,
no balls to the Brewers.
like why y'all win if y'all gonna do that? Now I
Yeah.
understand it's the Dodgers and all that, bro. Why y'all gonna beat the Cubs? Y'all gonna come? I think the Cubs gonna give you a better showing versus the Dodgers.
No, no, I 100% agree. And
You know,
the irony of that would have been that those are the first two teams that started the season in March with the Dodgers versus the Cubs in
correct,
Japan.
correct,
That would have been perfect.
correct,
But
correct.
the Brewers, and then they threw that flag, and I did not like that. I said, you want to troll us? They ain't won a game, so
Yeah, right, right,
curse on
right.
you.
You right, T. Phil. You right, T. Phil. You right. But yeah, man, I think I'm done with my tangent, man. But I just had to get that out there, bro. Because I really
Yeah.
wanted to take up for I really want to take up for the guys that's gonna take up and that
Mhm.
truly rock with us. There's true fans, bro. I want to
Yeah.
take up for our fan base when it come down to people, talking, talking they talk.
Yeah.
I gotta. We have a bit of a platform here, so we can also share our opinion, and that's what I did, bro. So again, it's not about y'all talking and y'all criticism. It's about the lack of consistency of the criticism that you're giving out. That's
Yeah.
what we mad at. We not mad at the criticism. We all know that this guy's not a finished product. But he's looking better every week. Everybody talking about he need to be 70% thrower and all that. Listen, man, that young man needs to win games and accumulate yards any way possible. That's what needs to go on. And
You
we
know,
need to have a defense
so
that's gonna
to
help
me
him.
that and maybe with this, and correct me wrong, but do they ever say anything negative about Trevor Lawrence, who was the number one pick a couple of years, 4 years ago, maybe?
Hmm, hmm,
And
hmm.
only stat that I can say he has, he's the only quarterback left in that draft that's still with the original team.
Look, I'm not. They give Trevor Lawrence crap, but it's not to this degree, bro. It's not to this degree. Caleb
Yeah,
is going. They give Trevor Lawrence crap only when he loses games.
which is
Caleb get
often.
crap when he lose, when he win, when he's sitting at the Bulls game, when he's at a USC game. They give him crap every chance they get. And again, we're not
Yeah.
whining. We're not whining about this. We just want consistency throughout. That's all we looking for. We're not looking for y'all to praise our quarterback. He don't care. Neither do we. But since y'all talking, just be consistent. Like I seen some Cal Cowherd said. Cal Cowherd said that Bo Nix was a franchise QB and Caleb Williams was a work in progress. Come on, man.
Wow.
Come on, man. Come on, man. See, I can't get with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get with that. That type of stuff right there. Now, you entitled to your opinion, But you get paid too much to be irresponsible, dog. I'm just saying, cuz you get paid too much to be irresponsible. And I ain't even in your pockets like that, sir. I'm just saying. You get paid too much to be that irresponsible, bro. Yeah, Bo Nix is a part of the situation where the offensive line is great over there. Defensive defense is great over there. Coaching staff, great over there. Bo Nix is as erratic as it comes. You know what I'm saying? My godson played with Bo Nix at Auburn. He don't even like him. He didn't even like him. Bo Nix couldn't beat out this young man Finley. His last name was Finley at Auburn. That's why he left. That's why he ended up in Oregon. Now, I don't mean to make this a Bo Nix slander show. I don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, bro. Like, don't do that. Like, be responsible. Like, Bo Nix been playing bad for a while now. Since the season started. He ain't lit the world on fire. But y'all ain't critical. Y'all make excuses for that. Oh, look who we played. And that's another thing I hate. The look who they played.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I
Y'all
mean,
got
you
y'all got to start doing it.
that whole look at you play thing is to me is so goofy, especially in the NFL. Because if you look at what Minnesota got beat the Bears, which I felt like that was just game one, and we were playing them as if that was the Minnesota Vikings of last year. Because you don't really know, you don't got that much film on them. But then they get beat by the Falcons. Falcons get mollywopped by the Carolina Panthers.
Man.
It's just it's any given Sunday. That's one thing that's true about that is that it's truly any given Sunday. The Bears beat the Cowboys. Oh, that was the Cowboys. They put 41 on these Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
It's
Who at the
really
time was
any
looked at
given.
as
It
the
don't
best
matter who you
defense in the
play.
league.
Yeah.
Mhm. Cincinnati's Jamar Chase just burned Jalen Ramsey for a score. Flacco put it right on his hands. Good score. It is now 10-7. Uh yeah, officially 10-7. But yeah, man, and like I told Cass before, I don't care who we play, long as it's on their schedule in ink.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't apologize, man. I ain't apologize for the win, bro. Man,
You can't.
please, man. Oh, man. I ain't apologizing for no win, bro. Not doing it. Not doing it. Because
All
these other teams don't have to do that, bro. Man, if you look at Buffalo's schedule, look at the success Buffalo had this season. We just talking about this season alone. Man, go on, man.
they got beat by the Falcons.
There you go. But it's some people that gonna tell you, oh, the Falcons is coming up. They're a good team. But Buffalo's supposed to be there already.
Yeah.
Man, that's what
Or
I'm
they or
saying,
or, or
man.
they or they make excuses for the players out. Granted, it does affect you, but the
Yeah,
Bears have injuries too.
absolutely. Absolutely.
He,
And see, that's
and,
another
and, and
thing.
we got a number one corner. He might not be a top five. He still could be a top 10.
Yeah, still a good corner. But he
Yeah,
missing.
he's missing, and they knew because they made a household name as many times they attacked him.
Hey, hey, say what you want about all right though. Ryder be tripping through the whole game, but find a way to make one play.
Exactly,
He
and it was
find a way to
key.
make the
3 minutes
play.
left of the game. Yep.
Say what you want about all right, man. Right went on there and make it play, man. But
And speaking of right, I'm gonna go to offensive tackle.
yeah,
Dude played his ass off too with a
yeah.
messed up arm. With
Listen,
the
man, it's a strange thing what competition does to you, bro.
man,
Cause you
That
ain't
dude was
telling me
motivated.
you ain't telling me that he wasn't paying attention in that film room as they gave props to that young man for handling business versus Max Crosby.
Yeah.
You ain't telling me as a competitor, as an athlete, as a man, a prideful individual that didn't do nothing to you. You can't tell me that didn't like no fire in you, dog. You can't tell me that. You
He was
can't.
like, hold my beer. I'm gonna throw whatever stuff
Right.
what I got.
Right. And see, that was the design, bro. That's what things like that is designed to do, bro. It's not saying that, this guy's is better than you, but you have to prove yourself week to week, year to year. Like that's the environment you in. Like that's
Hmm.
what you signed up for. Cause at any point you can lose your job. So, you have to be locked in day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. You have to be locked in. So what we saw Monday night was a guy with a 4 alarm blaze on his tail, man. And he reacted. And he
Yep.
reacted pretty well, you know. But back to the Buffalo Bills. They beat Baltimore. They beat Baltimore, who were 1-5.
Uh-huh.
They beat the Jets, who were 0 for everything.
Uh-huh.
They beat the Dolphins, that's 1-4, 1-5.
Uh-huh.
They beat the Saints, they got one victory.
Uh-huh.
And New England, good team. They lost to them.
Mm.
The Falcons, good team when they want to be. They lost to them. Man, leave me alone about who the Bears played. Don't say nothing to me about who the Bears played.
Okay.
Like, yeah, man. Don't you know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear that, man. We don't want to hear nothing about who the Bears played.
Oh, because I mean, even still, like some of the good teams now. That's why, and like looking at the schedule at the beginning of the season is almost the goofiest thing you could ever do, because especially
Yeah, man.
because football, like okay, well, I'm sure we all looked at that Baltimore game like, man, I don't know about that one. We looked at the Cincinnati
Hmm.
game, well, I don't know about that one. Well, a lot has changed since the schedule came out. Injuries always play a part of it. Um, Definitely play a part of it, and it's just like we can't look at the schedule. And then a lot of times the teams that were bad end up being good, and the teams that were good end up being bad.
There you go. There you go. Now, Baltimore. Now we all, like you said, we all looked at that Baltimore game with the Bills as a heavyweight fight, but one of the heavyweights only had one on. But looking at schedules and prognosticating, man, it's fun at times, and it's to do it for kicks, that's cool. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
to sit up here and just base everything off of who a team played, man, you can't determine where a team at with that. Like maybe in college football, you can do it where the talent level is so, up and down, but not when it's a team full of professional players on the field, bro. But I see the chat. Shout out to John D. Blessings, you still in there? Shout out to you. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Capo. Shout out to Trax. Shout out to everyone in the chat, wherever you guys are watching from. We appreciate you kicking it with us tonight. Please like and subscribe. It costs you nothing. We're Bears fans. We're fans of this game of football, and we like to talk it. And we're glad that you guys would like to listen. We're gonna always give you the real here. So please like and subscribe. I guarantee you will enjoy the content. And we even give you opportunity to say what you want to say, in the chat. Tell us how you really feel about whatever it is.
Hmm.
Shout out to Blessings. Blessings say not to look ahead, but we could be 7-2. Bengals and Ravens are both QBs are hurt. That's true. But listen, listen, as Bears fans, we have to take this thing one game at a time.
Yeah.
Enjoy every victory. I'm not saying be with your arms tucked and your fingers fiddling and stuff like that. Listen, enjoy every victory, but let's just take it one game at a time. It's imperative that we do that.
Yeah,
You
'cause I
know,
mean, in sports, period, when you start looking ahead, I mean,
to,
college football is a perfect example of that. Oh my God, I can't believe Michigan lost to Appalachian State
yeah,
because you're looking ahead. You
yeah,
take this next game, all right, enjoy it for if it's Sunday, you enjoy it Monday, Tuesdays, get back to work. Next game,
good
and
point.
just keep doing it that
Good
way.
point.
I used to tell our kids, hey, we're gonna have fun up until through tomorrow. After that, hey, we got to focus on the next game. Don't ever overlook the opponent because again, I was telling them they're the same age as you. These are all grown men,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
and they don't want to lose, regardless of
absolutely
what team
not.
it is.
Yeah, they playing for something too. You know,
Exactly.
yeah, it's just certain things you can't discount. You know, Lamar should be back versus us. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but I heard Lamar should be back. And as you guys can see, if you're watching the game tonight, Flacco's in full effect. And we do owe Flacco something. We owe him. Because what he did to us when he was in the Browns uniform, though it was Eberflus's defense, it was still done under the Bears umbrella. And we owe him. But it's something that's something you have to stay aware of. Because he's one somebody that can beat you.
Exactly.
He can beat you. Right up. So listen, I encourage you guys two things. If you want to know something, do the research on your own, man. I mean, like I
Exactly.
said, life is full of everything, and everybody's life is different. But if you lean too hard to the left or right on some of these guys out here talking this talk, man, it'll have you in the dark, man. It'll lead you
Yeah.
down a dark alley, bro.
Hmm.
And I don't want that for y'all. But and another thing, number two. We gonna take these games 1 week at a time.
Exactly.
If they all boil down to field goals, we gonna take these wins, bro. I don't care how we get them. We just need to get them. And like Blessing said, there's a very good possibility we can be 6-2, 7-2. Before seeing Mr. Rogers or the Vikings, either one. But
Let's just get the
you
4 and 2
know,
first.
yeah. But we focus on them guys from the value first. We focus on them first. We cannot sleep. We cannot sleep on 'em.
And just think about they- that's what it is really any given Sunday. Patriots was like
Woo.
undefeated that year. And they went to the Super Bowl. They lost to a Giants team who barely made the playoffs.
There you go. Wild
When
card
the
giant.
you remember Carolina Panthers was undefeated. They ran into a team that didn't make the playoffs, the Atlanta Falcons.
There you go. Hell, remember us in '05
Mm,
when Steve Smith and Jake DeLone just decide because we beat the hell out of them. We beat the hell out of them in the regular season. But
yeah.
came playoffs, they came to Chicago, and Steve Smith and Jake DeLone went crazy on us, man.
Oh, looking like Montana the Rice.
Right. So these are the things. This is why it's important, fellas and ladies. One game at a time. We gonna get to where we need to be. You know, some people like to ride in the Ferrari, some people like to ride in the Benz. But I ride in the bucket if it's gonna get me to where I need to be, man. So we can ride that bucket like it's a Benz, man, as long as it takes us where we need to go. So let's everybody just be cool. We got it. We in control here. We in control here. But we gotta stay in control of our emotions and keep things in the realm of reality, man. Cause as Bears fans, we've been disappointed enough. And this y'all should know not to look too far down the road. So yeah, man. With that, this game is looking like it's gonna be one of those games. Cincinnati ain't having it. Old man Flacco getting it in. Battle of the senior citizens, man. Flacco and Rogers. 14-10.
Turn right on Kentucky.
These are the type of games you kind of want to see on a Thursday night. We've had some pretty good ones the last couple of weeks. So,
In 900 feet.
hey, them guys looking good. Flacco 11 for 16, 102 for 2 TDs, man. Rogers 10 for 15, 101, one TD, one INT.
I can say this: Thursday games have improved a great deal within the last couple of years.
Yeah, they done a good job putting these schedules together, man.
Yeah,
It's
because
dope, man.
at one point I was like, man, let's go back to the old schedule when you started doing games after Thanksgiving. The Thursday it was pitiful, but they have definitely improved.
Yeah, fumble. Bengals got it back. Big time fumble by Jalen Warner. Was he on the ground? Oh, ref named him down. They said he was down.
But yeah, going back to what you were saying too earlier was like
Continue straight for 1 hour
appreciate
18
it.
minutes.
You getting point wins. These are the same games the Bears been. So that's another reason. Like, man, don't
There you go.
appreciate these. 'Cause to me, these instead of saying, man, we could have been 5-2 if we didn't lose this game. Well, we 2-5. Well, you're 3-2
Yeah.
now because you're winning the games. And like I said,
Just
I
take
don't make it
how it comes, man.
exactly. I don't make it like I said. I don't
Take
make
it how it
excuses for the
comes,
Bears.
man.
But I felt
Yeah.
we played Minnesota. We mentally might have been there, but we didn't know what to expect from Minnesota. I felt like we expected the same team from last year. Detroit,
Yeah.
I mean, I felt it kind of hard that when they played the last game of the season. I think this would be I think this would be a different story. But that first game,
Mm-hmm.
especially in Detroit, Ben Johnson
Yeah.
was they were gunning that Ben. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they came up with some bounties on some Bears' heads. Like, hey, we gonna win this game no matter what.
Yeah. And I talked to some guys that was actually at that game, man. They said that place was rocking, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They said that place was, I'm talking about moving around.
To hear the pools when he came out there, I'm like, damn, I don't think I've ever heard a pool like this for a coach, assistant coach going to another team.
Right.
To me, that's like pulling Buddy Bryant when he left the Bears, and that
Straight
really
up.
hurt the Bears.
Straight up. Trax called this game the Icy Hot Bowl. Doug said it Jarrett Tall and Icy Hot Bowl. But yeah, man, we in a good position, man. We just gonna enjoy where we at until it gets better.
Exactly.
And all is not lost if things don't go the way we want it. But bro, listen, I'm gonna be mad as hell if we don't finish the Saints on Sunday, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I'm gonna be upset
And and that's
because you're not doing them.
I think something we need to take account of
You
too.
give them.
It's
Mm-hmm.
outdoors, an element, and it's going to be raining, and dome teams still struggle on the outside.
True.
And
In the elements, period. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
so I think I was I was really excited that I saw that it was raining because I didn't know initially that it was going to rain in Washington. But when I saw that it was there and the Bears still took care of the ball, that made me feel better. And
Yeah.
that's like something that really nobody really talked about. But like he didn't fumble the ball like his counterpart did, and
Yeah.
and I think that's good. And like I said, dome teams do not play well outside, and that's just the history of the game. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, I'm not going to lie. So, like I said, I covered the Falcons for so many years. So was it last year? Well, last year I did the Bears. I said, man, I miss Mercedes-Benz Stadium close its roof. It's, it's, it's
Well, in a couple
cold.
years, bro.
I know,
In a
right?
couple years, bro. Ain't gonna have that dome. I'm not excited about a dome, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited just for the simple fact. I used to say bear weather, but the Bears ain't played like they deserve bear weather since they were barking.
You ain't lying. It's still kind of worked against us in
Yeah,
some past years.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I guess it's time.
yeah. It was time after '89 when the Bears lost to the 49ers 28-3 in the NFC Championship game.
Blessings. Not to cut you off, T Fields. I'm sorry.
Like,
Blessings. Listen. Don't worry about the respect being given. We ain't got room to worry about that. We just need to be 4-2. And everything, as long as we keep winning, everything will take care of itself. You know, the respect ain't gonna come until we hoisting a trophy, probably. But we ain't looking for nobody's respect. We don't want credit from nobody. We want to go out here and handle business week to week and let that be it. Because looking for respect from these people, it ain't gonna do nothing but raise your blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't even worry about that. We're gonna take it one game at a time. We're gonna build this thing brick by brick, and hopefully, in the end, we get to where we need to be. And they say respect is earned, but these people who have a hell of a way, they're gonna make sure we earn this shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make sure we earn it, man. So let's just keep listen, man. Doing the work with our head down and a smile on our face, man. That's all we can do.
yeah.
So T Fields, how far you away, man?
Oh, I'm only 329 miles away.
Okay.
How about
All
4 miles?
right, man.
My ETA is 122.
Yeah, as we're approaching halftime, it's 49 seconds in this thing, man. We're gonna take y'all to halftime like we do every Thursday. And we're gonna let y'all continue on with y'all wonderful lives. But it's been a pleasure rocking with you tonight, T Fields. Shout out to Tracks. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Doug, Blessings, Alex, Matt Cooper. Um, who else we got in here? John D. To all y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. This has been a good one. I think I've ranted as much as I've ever ranted, on the show before. But, it's just bad, man. It just really pisses me off, man. It really does, man. And and shout out to Capo, for his subscription tonight and joining the family. We appreciate you, bro. You know, but yeah, I really have a passion for this game and for this team in particular, man. And I watch how these other guys and these other teams in the league get treated as compared to us. All I look for, and like I said before early on, we need consistency out of these people that get paid to do this thing, man. Because if you can control an image, you can control the minds of people. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe I'm gonna talk to Trax and see if I can we can do a segment every week as far just make it a rant segment. But yeah, I'm gonna fight for our guys, man. You know, I'm gonna fight for our guys, man, when it ain't done right, bro.
Yep.
Now I don't know how far that's gonna get us, but I'm gonna be down for the cause, bro. I ain't
Yeah.
playing. I ain't
That's fine.
playing, man. I'm gonna take this I'm gonna take this revolutionary stance, man.
I feel you.
But yeah, man.
Prediction time.
Hey, Tracks. I talked about that epic casino event twice, bro. You missed it. But before I leave and before I sign out, I am gonna give them another shout out. So just hold on 1 second. Oh, real loud turnover right before halftime. Let's see if it's a fumble or an interception. No, it looks like a strip. Looked like DK Metcalf was stripped by the young cornerback from Cincinnati. Now, these both of these defenses leave a lot to be desired, bro. But this is a defensive stalwart here tonight, bro. Let me see. Yeah, Turner the second versus Metcalf. He stripped it out of his hand. Interesting. That's an interesting call. I think they may well, I guess they did replay it. And those guys dancing in the other end zone. So they closed the deal for halftime. It's 40 seconds left. I don't know if Flacco gonna try to run another play or two, depending on try to get in field. There's plenty of time though to get in field goal range. You got two thoroughbreds at the receiver. You know, they get about 30 yards. They can get there. Oh, there go 15 right there. 15 more they in the house. But yeah, man. T Fields, I want you to drive safely, brother. And
Appreciate it.
before I get
Appreciate it.
out of here, I'm gonna give a shout out to you. Thank you, brother, for hanging with me tonight. Shout out to you,
Appreciate
shout out to Tracks, and shout out to Wind Creek Hotel and Casino. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you I had a blast, it was incredible. An incredible environment for Bears football that Monday night. Shout out to everybody that came through there and showed up and showed out, like Tracks like to say. Um, Incredible environment, man. I cannot wait to come back. Any of you guys and girls that's in the Chicago area that hasn't taken the opportunity to go down to the casino, I encourage you guys to do so. It's a hell of a time. Score of the football game is 14-10. But Cincinnati is driving, trying to get a field goal before halftime. Again, shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone that's watching us on YouTube, X, um, Facebook, wherever you're watching from. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're new to the situation or you just haven't hit that button yet, I encourage you to please like and subscribe. I guarantee that you'll love the content that we bring on a weekly basis. You know, we are Bears fans talking Bears for Bears fans, and we want you guys to share your fandom and input as well. At 12K, we will be giving away a autographed DJ Moore Dirt jersey.
it.
So at 12K, if you want to be down, be prepared to get you one. Shout out to Blessings. Good night to you, brother. FGB, like some would say. I'm gonna hold my FGBs until it's time to play them guys. You know, I know y'all think that I'm a closet Packer fan anyway, which I'm not. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. But you have to give respect where it's due. You know what I'm saying?
When was the first time you really realized you hated the Packers?
Uh, when old boy slammed McMahon on his shoulder,
Mm, yeah.
I'll go back that far.
Nah, that was a key. I
Everything,
actually had to be blue Super Bowl for us, I feel. Going back.
everything that happened, everything that happened after that with all the Favre and Roger stuff, it just only added fuel to the fire, bro. But when my man dropped me man on the shoulder like that, man, I was a little kid too, man. I was mad as hell.
Yeah, I was mad when they didn't Walter Payton on the sideline. Remember that over the bench?
Yeah, and knocked him into the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just when I started
Yeah.
loosening up my hate for Green Bay, the Magic Man, Don Mikowski, and with him stepping over the line, and I felt like that changed our
Yeah.
season that year
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, Chase is carving these guys up, bro. And he's still getting out of bounds. Man, they done got about 30 yards in 10 seconds, man.
Who's doing
Flacco
this?
Dillon though.
Uh, I know I
Jamar
find
Chase. Flacco
uh, I need Chase
Flacco
Brown
willing
to
to
do
Dillon,
something
man.
because I started him by
Oh,
accident. But yeah, I think he got 74 yards rushing already.
yeah, he's had some big plays. He had a big drop too. Oh,
Uh,
we had one, man. It wasn't number green grass in front of him, bro.
uh, don't tell me that.
Man, listen, Chase is killing Jalen Ramsey, bro. He is killing him. And it looked like they run that same comeback route.
You tell me. Let me stop.
What's that?
I said, you tell me. You know that Jalen Ramsey video.
Oh yeah.
You tell me.
Man. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think Rams will take that one back. I think they're gonna set him up. They might set him up for a double move with this one, but I think he got a little help over the top. Man, flying. Penalty. So that might be about 10 or 12 more yards on Joey Porter Jr.
Sometimes that make me feel old. When I hear Joey
Right.
Porter
You hit
Jr.,
it. Yeah.
Patrick
Yeah.
Surtain Jr., Joe Horn Jr.
Right. You hear those names.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I played bad with your daddy.
Yeah. But man, Flacco is willing and dealing, man.
Shout out to Joe Flacco. What was it, 2008 draft?
He came in with Mac.
Yeah, Matty Ice. And that's
Yeah,
always been the
he came
debate
in with Mac.
I had with several Atlanta Falcons fans. Who was better, Joe Flacco or Matt Ryan? Joe Flacco got a Super
Yeah, I
Bowl
think he
ring.
was. Yeah, I think Flacco was a second round pick too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Flacco was second, either very late first or
yeah, I was
second
saying
round
late
pick.
first or so, yeah.
hmm But
Is that the Bucky's?
I've never like been a diehard Falcon fan. I've
Hmm.
never really loved him, but I've always liked Matt Ryan. I've
Yeah.
always liked Matt Ryan.
Get effing set. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, Matt Ryan was not as something people made him to be.
No, hell no.
I seen this dude chew out.
Oh,
Right.
man, no, man. Matt was cold, dog.
Yeah.
That Matty Ice wasn't no fluke, bro.
No.
2 seconds left. Cincinnati's in field goal position. Flacco's a little pissed off, but he did what he's supposed to do. Jamar Chase is eating it up, and I have him on my fantasy team. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I think I forget his name, but he down. He was, people
He,
that actually help shoot. I want to give a shout out
who
to
you,
the Vlog shot
who you,
for
mm,
uh,
mm-hmm.
Ricardo
Now I couldn't hear
Allen.
you. You sound like T-Pain a little bit.
Oh, I was T-Painting.
Okay.
Uh, definitely one of two.
Yeah, you was
Uh,
T-Pain a little bit, but you good now.
I was just saying, I want to give a shout out to several athletes, that helped me from Devontae Freeman,
Yeah.
Ricardo Allen, Muhammad Sanu, Grady Jarrett, just to name a few who have actually, I've done events for them or birthday parties for them. pay it for it out. And if I can help anybody else, live their dreams. I lived the dream of shooting professional sports, and I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for being able to do it. So, and when he said that guy used to shoot for Kyler Gordon was a videographer, and now works for the Bears, I just thought that was
Mhm.
beautiful because you know there's so
Yeah.
much talent out here. Like you talent,
Yeah.
and from what I just being around you the first couple of these couple of weeks I've been around, is like, man, I wish they get the bigger to happen soon because this Chicago is growing fast, like extreme
Yeah.
fast. Shout out to Tracks, and
Yeah.
uh, um, they would be a part of it, and
Yeah, man. We love having your parties, and thank you so much, man. I appreciate um the respect and the compliment. I appreciate it, sir. I'm gonna ask you something off air. I'm gonna
no
ask you if you
doubt.
know somebody. Um
Uh,
nah, it's nothing crazy, but I kind of I work with him, so I'm gonna see if you know him. Or how well you know him.
okay,
Cause he shoot
all right,
he shoot too. Yeah, he's
okay,
a photographer too. So yeah, I'm gonna ask you off air. But yeah, man, with that,
gotcha.
did I miss the field goal? Did I miss the field goal? I don't think they kicked. I think they went to commercial. Chat, did I miss the field goal? Did they kick it already? Hey, they naming all these athletes' sons: Jerry Rice Jr., Marvin Harrison Jr., Kennedy Urlacher, Frank Gore Jr. Hey, thanks. Thanks for reminding
Mm.
us how old we are.
No, right?
We appreciate you guys. As if we needed, as if these bad knees and these bad backs ain't gave us reminders enough.
Yeah, I feel like Booby in Friday Night Light. I can't pay for my.
Man, boy, listen, man. This knife next week, man. And I hope to God I can just come back to, just recover,
Yeah,
be a decent 40+ year old young man, man. I just don't
yeah.
want to walk like I'm. Man, when I left the casino, funny story, bro. I was in the casino early that Monday, and
Mm-hmm.
people were staring at me. I was walking through, and people were just staring at me, bro. This is before Tracks got there. People were just staring at me, bro, and I was just like, man, what's going on? And a lady pulled me to the side. She said, did you play for the Bears, or did you play football somewhere? I was like, well, last time I played football, I was in high school. And she was like, oh, she was like, well, you walk like you played for the Bears. You played football in the NFL at some capacity. You walk like it. I was like, what that mean? She was like, it's kind of like, it's a strut, but you got like a little hitch to it. I was like, oh, I said, oh, I just got bad knees. I mean, she like, oh, okay. She was like, well, they get bad knees playing football. I said, yeah, I ain't get my bad knees from that though. I
That's
just
true. I
like
think I
just,
got more banged up injuries from playing football than I did for regular
man,
football.
man. I'll tell you. And then when I left the hotel to go to the airport that Tuesday morning,
Uh,
bro, I'm walking out the door, and some guys looking at me as I'm walking out, and one of the little guys came up to me with a pen and paper and asked for autograph.
mhm.
And I was like, what's this? What's this? He said, you played in the NFL. I remember seeing you on TV. I said, nah, man. I said, you didn't see me. I said, I promise I'm not a football player. And then his grandmother came over there, and his brother came and called him back over there. She was like, she apologized and said how sorry she was and stuff like that. But I told her it was no problem. But I said, why y'all send the little man over here and then send his big brother with him? And big brother said, I wasn't coming over there to ask you. It was crazy, man. It was crazy, man. But Chicago was a blast as always. Every time I go,
Yeah.
you know, it makes me proud to say I was born in that city. Everything's
Mhm.
wonderful. Shout out to all my family there. And, shout out to the city as a whole. And Wind Creek Hotel and Casino, I'm going to say it again, was a vibe. I encourage anyone that ever has the opportunity to get on down there. If you got some money to blow, get on down there, man. It's real, very nice venue. The next watch party for CSP.
Mhm.
I think some dates has changed. So I don't have them off top. But if you just want to be a part of that, please do. I encourage you to do it. You will listen. You'll thank me. Trust me. So with that being said, T Fields, man, like I said, man, keep cruising and be safe, my brother. And
Yes, sir. Yep.
we gonna kind of roll this thing out, man. Peace and love to everybody. And before we sign out, T Fields, you got something else to say to the people? Or you cool?
Man, appreciate everybody. I wish I could see all the names in the chat, but appreciate all of the love that y'all show on the show. And just keep spread the word. You got some knowledge here. There's definitely true knowledge, not just what somebody else has said that we regurgitated. Now this is true, great opinionated facts. Whatever
Yeah,
it's tune in.
genuine, man.
And but real quick, it's funny that going back to your autograph. Back, I
Hmm.
used to work for Nike Town Atlanta. If you're familiar, they used to be
Oh,
at Phipps Plaza.
uh,
So I was a lot smaller then, but I was still a big
yeah.
dude. I was about 6'1", 230, and I had
Hmm.
my hat, and I always rocked the beard. And before it was
Yeah,
gray, obviously it was black. So I
yeah.
never forget. So I'm outside the store, just hanging out outside the store, and this dude walks by like, "Babe, there go Jerome Bettis."
Ah,
And I was eating it up. I was like, "Oh, for real? You think I'm Jerome Bettis?" So I started walking. I cut because I had a fuller beard, and I trimmed my beard down like Jerome Bettis,
uh-huh.
and I kept hearing it everywhere I go. Man, you look like Jerome Bettis. You look like the bus.
Hey, you can hey, if you can get away with it, you know what I'm saying? Why not? But you gotta be careful because
Yeah.
fooling around Atlanta, you can bump into Jerome at any time.
No, I have a picture. I show you when I see you. I bumped into him at the Hawks game,
Yeah, you can
and
bump into that
and I
joker
told him I said,
anytime.
and that was the second time because the first time I bumped into him at the cleaners,
Yeah, man.
but I
Atlanta.
didn't say nothing to the cleaners.
Yeah, Atlanta's like that, man. And especially because,
Yeah.
especially if you living out there in that Norcross area, if
Hmm.
you living out there in that Gwinnett County area, man, you running into anybody, man.
Yep, I used to live in Lawrenceville, Snellville, Duluth, Decula. Well,
You was all through there, man. You was all over.
yeah. Yeah, we used to stay off of Candler Road, Decatur too. So I been
Okay.
every
Yeah, County Road.
and like I said, I went to Reno and I just live in Hidden Hills.
Okay, yeah, County Road about 10 minutes away. Well, not even 10 minutes, about 6 minutes away from me.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
6 minutes, yeah. Hmm. So yeah, man, T Fields, be safe, brother. And when you
Will do,
get
will
here,
do.
you get comfortable, man. I work this weekend, but we can definitely we're definitely, what I'm saying, link up and hang out, bro.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So
You say you want to stay on air, so you got to ask me a question off air.
yeah, I'm gonna ask you off air. I almost forgot, but yeah, most definitely. Um,
Yeah.
with that, we out. Peace up and bear down.
Yeah. Peace.